to be obviously on the same wavelength, so I can try and make players be as honest as possible.
Another good shot, and another beauty. Oh, back and forth they go. We got a little playoff hockey going here with a little bit of passion.
That's the thing about Millsy. He knew how to elevate his game for the playoffs.
The series has obviously enhanced your reputation. You got the chance, and you made the most of it. And I guess you have to thank the coach for having the confidence in you, right?
No question. You know, Jacques' been great to me and all his players all year. He's a real players' man, and Jacques and Barkley have a tremendous amount to do with the way we're playing, and they deserve a lot of credit. And you know, it's been a lot of fun. This is the first time I've been on Hockey Night in Canada, so I want to say hi to Mom and Dad in Toronto and all my in-laws in Peterborough, because I've never had a chance to do it.
A tradition. Steve Larmer was in that opening there. They coached with Ed Arnold, a great writer out of Peterborough. There's their team, the novice Triple A's. And before every game, they would pass a puck. Here, Jen, I'll pass a puck to you, and you can pass a puck to Luke. They would pass the puck around the dressing room, and they would say, whose puck is it? They'd say, our puck. And who are we? Pete's. Whose puck is it? Pete's puck. That's whose puck it is. The best way to understand Millsy and what he meant to us over 30 years at Hockey Night in Canada is to go back to his great 14-year playing career and hear from some of those who were teammates. And we'll do that, celebrating Millsy on Hockey Central after the break. Coley, why don't you start? Just a story or two about what made Greg such a special individual.
Well, I knew Greg from our hockey school days with Roger Nielsen before he turned pro, and you know, Bernie will attest to, he was kind of a pain in the neck. And next thing you know, he showed up at Pittsburgh's camp, and when the puck hit the post, he'd back up and rub the post, and of course, you don't do that back in those days. And but he's the type of guy that could deal with it. Him and Randy Carlisle would be going at each other all the time.
So, Coley, obviously, Roger Nielsen, be a huge imprint. I mean, Ron Francis lives with Greg and Ann when he breaks in with the Hartford Whalers. All this leadership, all this mentorship we talk about with Greg, where's that come from?
Oh, I think it's just Greg was born with it, and he naturally flowed to people like Roger and Dick Todd, Gary Green. People might say the Peterborough Mafia, but Greg was one of them. And Bob Gainey, he talked to Bob a lot in Peterborough over the years. He was interested in the Petes, commuting back to Peterborough, doing his broadcasting job. But you know, with everything he had going on at home, 4 kids, Annie there with the 4 kids, Allie, Emily, Caroline, and Charlie.
You know, it's funny, when he coached the novice Triple A, Steve Larmer, Ed Arnold, and Greg coached Charlie. Charlie was a goaltender like his dad, but they would share the goaltender role for the 2 goalies. Mitch was the other goalie. They called him Thrills, and they called Charlie Gloves. They would split right down the middle, overtime, games, everything. And that's maybe from the Walmsley days, Bernie, I don't know. But one of the connection at Kyle's report with Bob and Greg in the booth, and Greg's life partner, the love of his life, he met in Peterborough, Ann Kelly, she was in music. So she would take care of symphonies and orchestras. And Coley, as you know, was like a conductor up there. And I think that's why Greg worked so well with Bob.
But first, we'll pause and honor a number of men that unfortunately we lost during a tough week in our game of hockey. Mike Ross on the PA.
This past week, the hockey world lost 3 respected figures. Greg Millen played 14 seasons in the NHL. After retiring, he turned to broadcasting and became a well-known voice for Hockey Night in Canada.